So I took a chance this time, mostly because I didn't have a choice. And this is what I got in the mail. Well, let's get into this and see how it looks. All right, welcome back to another episode of Paul's Collectibles. If you're new to the channel, it's good to have you. I appreciate you stopping by. And if you're a returning viewer, once again, it's so good to see you. Thanks for dropping in and seeing what I'm going to be adding to my 3 3/4 inch Star Wars action figure collection today. Now, this time we're going to be taking a look at the Carbonized Vintage Collection Death Trooper from the Mandalorian. Now, this was a Walmart exclusive, and since I got back into collecting figures, I've noticed that there seem to be exclusives to Target and Walmart and things of that nature. And for the most part, nobody has much nice to say about them when they make them exclusives to these general retailers. I have actually seen quite a bit of negative things about Walmart. And with the package that came in today, I can kind of see that. I ordered this Death Trooper carbonized version a few months ago, and it was promised as a pre-order sometime before December, so I can't complain. It got here in 2 days after they said it was going to be shipped, but it came in this really flimsy plastic bag. There's not even any padding or bubble wrap inside, so I'm worried that the figure may have taken some damage. So with that, let's get into it, see what we got, and pray for the best. Now, if you've watched my channel in any fashion, you know that I normally like to make a fairly decent production, nay, maybe a music video of opening these packages, but this is so ridiculously, as they've put it on the front here, lightweight that we don't even need to worry about that. So I'm just going to pop it open real fast. And inside, there you have it. So this one is going to be slightly difficult to see on camera, I see. Let's put it back there. Maybe that'll help. So this is the Carbonized Death Trooper, and I think the card actually survived the trip, but that's mostly because it's really, really thick. It's a much more heavier gauge cardboard than they use on the regular figures. Now, although this says it's part of the vintage collection, it doesn't have a vintage collection number up here, so it's outside of the regular vintage collection line. And you can just barely see the decoration on the card. As a matter of fact, it has kind of a green tint to it that I think should show up in that light. And the decoration as far as the character it's supposed to be over here and the logo are pretty light comparatively, and there's not a lot of contrast, so you really can't see them. That's interesting. Now, the name pill here came out perfectly fine. Let's take a look at the actual character, and as you can see, that looks like a repack. I don't know, maybe not. This is very similar to the other Death Troopers that I have, and he's supposed to be carbonized in some fashion, but I don't really see it. However, if you look really close, you can see there's a really decent sculpt. He's got all the extra gear, the grenades, the beautiful armor. He comes with his 2 weapons, a blaster and a blaster rifle down here. And overall, it's a really good figure. It's just, what does it say down here? Carbonated graphite, carbon optic graffito graffite. So it's just in a bunch of different languages. But that's a really interesting way to package a character. And I think the only reason it survived this ridiculously wimpy envelope is because that card back is so thick. And luckily the bubble wasn't damaged too badly. It's got a pretty good crease right about there, but that's about it. And then if you look at the back, you can see that for the most part, it looks exactly the same other than the changes I mentioned earlier. And it's got like a green hue to it. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera as well. And they did 4 of these. I also ordered the Stormtrooper, which hopefully will come in soon. I did not order Cara Dune or the Mandalorian. But there you have it. Like I said, thankfully it's on a really thick card back. A little bit of damage there. A little bit of damage here, but for Walmart, I suppose I should just be happy that I got it mostly in one piece. I have seen some horror stories out there. So that's a quick video on the Mandalorian Imperial Death Trooper. And as a quick aside, I try to make my channel a little bit more unique than other channels. You can go to a lot of YouTube channels and see people open figures like this, but what I try to show you is the time frames that it took the company to get them to me and the packaging it came in. Now, most of the time it becomes a moot point because so many of these companies package their figures wonderfully, but this is a good example of why I do this. You saw that envelope that it came in earlier, and now you know that if you order something from Walmart, if you already weren't sure, there's a distinct possibility it's going to come in pretty substandard packaging. And if it's a regular figure or someone doesn't take care of it, the cardboard could get all mashed up and torn up, or the bubble could be smashed. So something to keep in mind. But until the next video, happy hunting out there, good collecting, and happy Thanksgiving.